lady, Mrs. McFadyen, who is 90 years of age, and I'm going to ask her to say one of her poems that she used to say in one of the Rutherglen Friendship Societies that she was a member of. Would you like to just say one of them to me just now, Mrs. McFadyen, please?
It was the Rutherglen Friendship Choir, and the lady died that used to do her reading, so I took her place. And here's one, and ever so many folks have had a copy of it. 'Twas in a crowded hospital in western USA, a Caledonian, far from home, sick, lonely, dying lay. Oh, doctor, could I hear but yin's our ain bagpipes again, I'd shut my een and die in peace in spite of all my pain. The kindly doctor searched the town, a fellow Scot he found, and soon within the hospital the cheery pipes did sound. Along the great wide corridors the pibroch sounded clear, till every poor sick sufferer heard those Highland notes so dear. And with that glorious music the weary Scot revived, regained his health, and walked abroad. The other patients died. There's nothing whatever the matter with me, and I'm just as healthy as I can be. Well, I've got arthritis in both my knees, and when I talk with a wheeze. My pulse is weak and my blood is thin, but I'm awfully well for the state I'm in. At supports I have for my feet, or I would never be able to be in the street. Sleep is denied me night after night, and every morning I'm a terrible sight. My memory's failing, and my head's in a spin, and I'm simply living in aspirin, but I'm awfully well for the state I'm in. Now the moral is, as this tale I unfold, that for some of us who are getting old, it's better to say I'm fine with a grin, than let the world know the shape we're in. But how do I know that my youth is all spent, when my get up and go got up and went? I really don't mind when I think with a grin of all the grand places my get up has been. Oh, old age is golden, I once heard it said, but sometimes I wonder when I get into my bed, with my ears in the drawer, my teeth in a cup, my eyes on the table until I wake up. Ere sleep comes to me, I say to myself, is there anything else I should lay in the shelf? When I was young, my slippers were red, and I could kick my heels right over my head. When I grew older, my slippers were blue, but I still could dance the whole night through. But now that I'm old, my slippers are black. I walk to the corner and puff my way back. I get up each morning and dust off my wits. I pick up the paper and read the obits. If my name is not there, I know I'm not dead. So I eat a good breakfast and go back to my bed. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Oh, too many, you're all right, lass. Too many places.
Great for 90.
Incredible.
That's right.
Hey, incredible. Is she marvellous?
Much quieter.
Is she?
Other room.
You see, she's making these quite complicated wee toy things. She thinks and sews on them.
Is that you in the front of that photograph there? I think it is, yes.
Do you know where that is?
That's what I was wondering. Where is that?
Now that is in the public park. McGinty. A charming young colleen was Kitty O'Toole, the lily of sweet Tipperary, with a voice like a thrush, and a street like a rose, and a figure as neat as a fairy. I met her one night and she looked like a queen, in the glory of sweet 1 and 20, as she sat with McGinty's big arm round her waist. Oh, but I envied McGinty.
And
soon after that, in the sweet summertime, all the boys and girls were invited by Mickey O'Toole with the cabin beyond to see Kate and McGinty united. And when in the church they were made into one, and the priest gave them blessings in plenty, and Kitty looked sweeter than ever before. Oh, but I envied McGinty. But time it did pass, and McGinty he died. Sure, my heart was all broke up with pity to see her so lonely, worn and sad. So I went and got married to Kitty. And now as I look where McGinty is laid, with a stone o'er his head, cold and flinty, as he lies there so peaceful, quiet and still. Oh, but I envy McGinty. Sure, Michael. It's all there, and I'm happy within. But I've nobody to talk to.
No.
Oh, I had a delightful time in Morecombe, you know. But I have friends in Lancaster, and Morecombe and Lancaster is just like Glasgow and Jonathan.
Yes.
But I'm not fit for my daughter to take me to the town and travel and come and that sort of thing. So I understood that the Salvation Army was having a week in Morecombe because it was a conference, you see.
Oh,
so a friend was telling me, and I'd asked if I could go with her because it was to get to Morecombe where my friends could come and visit me. They're elderly, and Morecombe's too near a place for them to go their holidays, but I wanted them to get a hotel and we'd all be together to do the talking, you see.
Yes.
So anyway, always taking pictures of me, you know, and that sort of thing. But anyway, we got to Morecombe, and being the conference for the Salvation Army, there was a Rutherglen crowd, the Paisley crowds from Wales and different places. There weren't one party. But if we'd been one party ourselves, what concerts we could have had. Because in the old days, we made people sing, not good singers, but just something that some supposing they just said something in school. It passed, well, my 90th birthday was 3 weeks ago, and the family all came. And I said it to be an old-fashioned party. They'd tell a story, sing a song, or pay a forfeit out the gang. So they all done something. And we had it in Sloan's restaurant in the arcade. I don't know, well, my husband and I used to go there for our tea.
I know it fine. I know it fine.
He knows it well.
Yes, it's a beautiful place, and it suited my age, and it was lovely. It would have lovely to own the things that I gave him, but I'll not tell you. A wee potty my family was sitting, I made a Dorothy bag and put it inside with strings and had it, nearly died. Then I have 20 grandsons, that's one of them, two of them there. And they used to sit in a wee cake tin that had a lid. They sat in it and played with the scales and weighed potatoes and oranges and that. Twins are good companions.
Yes.
And when I made a big Dorothy bag, looked in and put it, handed it to them, they put it in their head. All the fun we had, you know. It was just a real old-fashioned. We didn't need drink.
No.
We're happy with it. We could have a party any time when any relations would drop in. And we could, my husband in the insurance station, the children were put to bed and we could go to each other's house and have singing and not dancing but capers. Oh, and it was good fun.
Very easy.
Right, thank you. Yes, again.
That's fine. For the third time. You should be hit for rain now. I'm smiling now, and I'm just going to come up. This is Mrs. Buchanan. I'm now focusing on. That's her here. She's got a great recommendation to me from Mrs. McIntyre.
Oh, I see. My name is good, isn't it? I'm glad of that.
I'm concentrating.
Yes, you're concentrating. And this is the chairman
Have we to
himself.
talk?
The man,
You do anything we like?
the man who's
Yes.
made it all possible. Well, John, how have you enjoyed being the chairman of the House Committee of the Abbeyfield Club?
I have lost about a stone of weight.
Have
It's
you?
not showing, Mr. Bennett. It must be at the ends of your fingers.
Yes, yes.
What a wonderful time you have with all these ladies.
Oh, it's great.
You must be having a tremendous time.
Some of them are an awful nuisance.
Nuisance, yes. Not looking at anybody,
I'm saying
avoiding
you're an awful
everybody.
pest.
And we thought of the headmistress going,
Well,
"What is she looking at?"
Just be careful. This is all on film.
This is all being recorded.
He
It's
did
a
at my
speech
house,
being
and I
recorded
haven't seen
as
the
well.
picture yet. I'm going to strike.
I would think so too.
I know. Oh, that's right. And I see you there with
You're being recorded, so just remember it can be used in evidence.
But there's two ladies in here were rebels. Because we're no fit really to lay the tables.
To associate.
We're fit to lay the table, but the stress before it is, oh, I forgot, you know, and then you're running. Oh, here he's gone. Oh, good.
Goodness, you're
There are
running.
two among you taking notes.
That's very good. That's a good
That's what Bunny
quotation.
said, you see?
That's what he
Yes,
did
that's
indeed.
right.
That's right.
You can't get me started.
Now the inspector of schools will give you a full mark for it. He'll give you 10 out of 10 for
10.
that quotation. That's in there.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, don't hear him.
No, you have to get 10 out of 10 for that.
10 out of what?
For your quote.
The quotation.
Oh, there are that many quotations, my head is full of them.
Well, you could
Oh,
trot them out.
mind you too. Oh, my, I should say. No start.
No, don't
Because
swear.
I'll let you see McGinty. I'll
Oh,
let
my
you see
God. Oh, no, but I got a dressing that, but the soldiers, did I tell you about
the
the
pipe.
bagpipes?
Yes, I've got that. The
Oh, you
pipe.
got that?
Yes, I have. I've got the
You were
pipe.
the one that knew about the canvas line poet.
Oh, yeah, that's an old Basil lament. But I'd need to say with apologies, oh, no, it's too long.
No, we'll leave it just now. We'll have
can do
it
Keep
now.
that for Christmas.
We'll have the Christmas.
Well, we did with Christmas. Oh, no, don't.
Oh,
No, the doctor said I'd got my telegram for the Queen, but who wants a telegram for the Queen?
send it back to them.
Oh, yes.
Not known at this address.
Oh, stop. Down the Macmillan says, you're back the chocolate. No, that's no fair.
That's no fair.
The hair on a black man's head. It's no fair.
The inspector.
I don't think we should have that one. I
don't think the inspector's not very keen on that remark. No,
I don't think we should hear that one. The one about the hair and the black man's sheet.
No, she said it
Do you think
wasn't
it's a
fair.
picture?
I said the hair on a black man's head.
She's sitting there knitting away. Oh, it is here. No, there she is. Industry itself. I'll come down and speak to you then, because if you can't hear me, I'll come down. I'll come down to you. I think that's the better thing to do. There she's knitting a machine. That's it there.
I don't hear a word you say. I'm awful sorry. Well, it's thick wool and it's awful thick, so that I divide its heavy three into single strands, then put white with it, and it makes quite a nice colour. See? I put the white wool in with it. So as the soldier said, when you're marching, you're not fighting. You're not. Oh, I'm full of jokes. Oh, that's too thick. Well, you see, somebody said that it wasn't fair. And I said, the hair on a darkie's head. And they nearly had a fit. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I get great fun to myself. I don't know what to talk about. What would you like me to talk about? Well, I say the old maid's lament. Oh no, Jim's dinner. Jim sat at the dinner table there with a discontented frown. The steak and potatoes were underdone, and the bread was baked too brown. The pie was too sour, and the pudding too sweet, and the roast was much too fat, and the soup was greasy too, and salt 'twas hardly fit for the cat. I wish you could see the bread and pies I've seen my mother bake. They were something like, and would do you good just to look at a piece of her cake. Said the smiling wife, I'll improve with age, but now I'm but a beginner. And your mother has come to visit us, and today she cooked the dinner.
And that's Mrs. McFadyen, aged 90, quite remarkable.
Oh, it could go on and on forever.
Yes, ma'am.
Into time, and I can't see very well, I can't hear very well, so I have wool and a knit for Oxfam. I take the blankets to Sucky Hall Street, and then if they have wool, I get it back again. But they only keep the blankets for disaster areas. When there used to be the Oxfam shop in Rutherglen, the one I particularly took up was a big one. There was 99 squares in it, and a man followed me into the shop. He says, "I'll buy that blanket." And the lady said, "No." She says, "These blankets are only kept for disaster areas, and we don't sell them." So when I go to Oxfam, I am received with open arms. There's a place to get the blankets. But I don't do the big ones now. They wanted the cot-size ones. And that's the design. I have my trade mat. I just always do, that's not a very good red and white, and 5 red and white, and then blue and white. And I have seen them on television. They were being packed by Red Cross to be sent to disaster areas. Then I saw a little native boy with one round his shoulders like this. So you see, it's just grand. So when I have one done, I leave it in the sitting room, and if the ladies maybe feel it cold, before the heating is going on, they just wrap it round their knees. And we get good fun, you know that. It's a happy place, this. And if heaven is any better, it's going to be wonderful. I mean that in all sincerity, Dr. Mackenzie. Dr. Mackenzie in his wee black bag. That's no you, is it?
So.
Oh, sure, I'm terrible. Oh, but I'm just full of fun, and I'm happy within. And when you're happy within, you've nobody to talk to. And when you're deaf, when you get a chance to talk, you don't stop. And that's my story ended. And I have a postcard here of Singapore. She's a marvellous girl. Oh dear, my daughter will say, "Oh mother." I could keep you going forever, Doctor. But I'm not a windbag. I have something to tell. I have a story to tell to the nation.
From our guest of honour, Peter Morrison, who with Mrs. Morrison has kindly agreed to grace this occasion and formally to open Cambuslang Abbeyfield Home. I would ask him now.
Do I see anything before all that?
You should yourself.
Before I cut the little ribbon, which is so decoratively strung between these two rails, ladies and gentlemen, I just must say to you how pleased I am to have been invited along. I didn't think I'd be speaking with scissors in my hand, but it's nice to just cut my hair. How nice it is to, what a great honour it is to have been invited along by the committee, and I feel they've probably been press-ganged into it by my good friend and mentor, and you name it, he is it, Dr. Peter Mackenzie, and they were going to get me whether they liked it or not. I don't know whether that's true. But I've been very fortunate in being a member of a very large family. I have lots of aunts and uncles, and I have lots, consequently, of cousins and one thing or another. And one of my aunts, who is a favourite of mine, has been working for Abbeyfield, or has been connected with Abbeyfield in Greenock for many, many years. And because of that, I've known about Abbeyfield, and I've known, because I come from Greenock, of the tremendous contribution that Abbeyfield and organisation has made. There are now 4 homes in Greenock, and I've heard a lot about it, and it's something that has been very, very important to the local community there. It's not for me to extol the virtues with my scissors in my hand here of the new Abbeyfield home. It is clearly a most spectacular situation. And Mr. Cubey has said everything that requires to be said. I would just like to say to wish it all the very best. And well, I don't know whether Peter said to me, would I sing "Bless This House"? I will in a minute. But what I'll do, the balloons are where is it? The balloons are coming. And this is the moment when, if you'll guarantee, ladies and gentlemen, that when I sever this cord here, there'll be a loud round of applause. I will just do it. You take my cue. You're all talking about queuing in television. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is with tremendous pleasure and a deep sense of honour and a feeling that I cannot possibly invest this occasion with the importance it deserves, that I turn to this ribbon and formally declare, although it has been occupied for quite some months, for some time now, by residents and by the housekeeper, ladies and gentlemen, I formally declare Abbeyfield Canvas Line open. It was suggested to me, and is a suggestion with which I am prepared to comply, whether yous like it or not. And that was that I should sing just a verse of "Bless This House." You may all just sit and have a drink and not pay any attention, but I suppose it's rather appropriate. I was practicing in Peter's house and I discovered I didn't know all the words of it. So I've got them ready here, and if anyone knows them and feels that I'm not singing them properly, don't interrupt. This is my show. I'll start the walk.
Bless this house, O Lord, we pray. Make it safe by night and day. Bless these walls so firm and stout, keeping want and trouble out. Bless the roof and the chimneys tall. Let thy peace lie over all. Bless us all that we may be fit, O Lord, to dwell with thee. Bless us all that we one day may dwell, O Lord, with thee.
Thank you very much. Yes, I don't always enjoy doing things. I don't like these curtains, at least they're opening. They're all mine. Here is an important plaque, ladies and gentlemen, which has been specially erected and which is now about to be revealed. Hold it for us, right there. Pardon me? To look at you. What was that? Listen, is it movies? Do you want me to open it? Could someone else not maybe say? A group, yes, certainly. No, listen.
I sent him with appropriate gifts.
Oh. Goodness. For me. Thank you very, very much. That's absolutely true.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have great pleasure as an ex-accompanist in offering vote of thanks to Mr. Morrison on this occasion of the opening of Abbeyfield Home Canvas Line and asking him to accept this token of our appreciation, and also to say how very much we enjoy his very fine singing.
Thank you very much indeed. A marvellous gift, and I promise not to fling them into the pond. The men. I'll pass them around if anyone wants to see them. I wish I was better at golf. Anyway, thank you very, very much indeed. I will cherish these golf clubs, even when I'm not in a very good mood. I'll remember where I got them. Thank you very much indeed.
That Miss Jackie Doby, who is our favourite YTS girl and helps in the home here, will make a presentation to Mrs. Morrison.
Thank you very much.
to do your thing. You want to get some such progress off the ground. Because of the different rules of funding at that time, it proved impossible, and there was a long hiatus. And then in 1981, the local minister's fraternal was visited by Mrs. Jean Miller from Rutherglen, who set about us in no uncertain style and told us how sadly we in Cambusline were lagging behind the good citizens of Rutherglen, and indicated to us the way of righteousness that was set before us. So the fraternal
Abbeyfield, which is really for home with a small H. We hope that the Abbeyfield family will make compromises to each other and that they will live together happily. This house has been very well blessed, economically, I should say, and so I do hope that it will continue to be one of our really good Abbeyfield houses and will be taken to the heart of the community. Mr. Cuby mentioned the committee, the administration.
I'll sing you two songs, both of which I like to sing. And the first one is a Scottish song. And this is especially very much, I like very much. But I mean, this is really for the Abbeyfield people. So that you're right. But I mean, what I thought we'd do is something like E1, because do you like E1?
Oh, that's my favorite.
As you do. Right, Joe? Here we go. On the kiss and then we sever, yea, farewell and then forever, deep in the heart-wrung tears I'll pledge thee. Warring sighs and moans I'll wage thee. Had we never loved so blindly, had we never loved so kindly, never met or never parted, we had never been broken hearted. Yet on the kiss and then we sever, yea, farewell, alas, forever, deep in heart-wrung tears I'll pledge thee, warring sighs and moans I'll wage thee. That's the end of the song. And it was Peter Mackenzie who introduced me to this song. And it's one that I sang for him at a little do he was giving. And he said to me for a long time, why do you never sing the floral dance? Do you like the floral dance? Right, okay. You will do the floral dance. It's quite long. If you get bored, we'll just stop. Okay? That's a nice story. Listen. As I walked home on a summer night, the stars in the heaven were shining bright. Far away from the footlights glare, into the sweet and scented air of a quaint old Cornish town. Dum-dee, forgot the name. Home from afar, the gentle breeze, joining the murmur of summer seas, distant tones of an old world dance, played by the village band of her tramps. On the calm air came floating down. I thought I could hear the curious tone of the cornet, clarinet, and big trombone. Fiddle, cello, big bass, drum, bassoon, flute, and euphonium. Far away as in a trance, I heard the sound of the floral dance. Bum, 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 bum. And soon I heard such a bustling and prancing, and all of a sudden the village was dancing. In and out of the houses they came, old folk, young folk, just the same, in that quaint old Cornish town. Oh.
you hate to know it, that spooked me off. And every boy took a girl on the waist and hurried her off with tremendous haste. Whether they knew one another, I care not. Whether they cared at all, I know not. But they kissed as they danced along, bum, 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 bum. And there was a band with the curious tone of the cornet, clarinet, big trombone, fiddle, cello, big bass drum, bassoon, lute, and euphonium, each one making the most of his chance, all together in the floral dance. Bum, 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 last bells coming out now. I felt so lonely standing there, but I could only stop and stare, for I had no maid with me. Lonely I would have to be in that quaint old Cornish town. Bum, 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 bum. When suddenly hastening down the lane, a figure I knew I saw quite plain. With outstretched hands I rushed along and gathered her into that merry throng. And a fiddle and all went dancing down. We danced to the band with the curious tone of the cornet, and big trombone, fiddle, cello, big bass drum, bassoon, lute, and euphonium, each one making the most of his chance, all together in the floral dance, dancing here, prancing there, cheeking, joking everywhere, up and down on the town. Hurrah for the Cornish Florida!
This little group of us. This is a nice picture of a little group of us.
That's right.
Very nice.
Now, just stay where you are, please. Don't go away.
Excuse me.
Mrs. Fittis, I know that. Once again, please. Look this way, Mr. Morrison. Look this way, please. That's lovely. Okay. I never got a response like that.
Wonderful, really enjoying it very much.
And you're feeling comfortable?
Oh yes. I was a bit, before I came, I was a wee bit wondering would it work, but it's been marvellous.
I think that people, you know, seeing what has happened in other
Yes.
Abbeyfield homes, that
Yes.
seems to be, people obviously have a worry about
That's right. But anybody that's not happy, there must be something very far wrong. And I think,
Lisa, then, tell me this, how do you like this, how do you like the new Abbeyfield home? Do you approve of it?
If heaven is better, it's going to be wonderful. Now, I don't mean derogatory, but if heaven is going to be better, it's going to be wonderful. You're French, you come out your door and you speak, you maybe meet somebody passing, but you see in these new, the House of Life was in 54 years, where you're 4 in a block, you're doing all your own things, but the old tenements were grand, because the old tenements, the toilet was in the sea. You met somebody going down and up and down to 3 families to the same toilet.
So you find that here you're meeting people much more readily?
No, not except the tenement, because you went to the wash house and you met somebody coming up, and you went to the bins and you met somebody else, but you're meeting somebody, it's companionship, and it's wonderful. I couldn't say better, couldn't than say that heaven could be better.
That is the greatest accolade you can possibly give it, and I know that the people who organise it will be delighted to hear that you're so happy here.
Yes, yes.
And I can't
Bless this house, O Lord, we pray, make it safe by night and day. Bless these walls so firm and stout, keeping want and trouble out. Bless the roof and the chimneys tall, let thy peace lie over all. Bless us all that we may be fit, O Lord, to dwell